What's up, guys? I'm Aaron.
And I'm Skylar.
And we are
two dudes sitting in a hot tub. Ooh. That's money.
It's pretty nice. Are yours on?
Okay. Oh, yeah.
This is going to be a lot
I just
nicer.
wanted to hold my hand up here in case this decided to shoot out a bunch of water.
Oh, we usually turn it down.
Well, no, because I got the microphone.
It's just being kind of derpy right now.
I got the microphone in this hand, and I didn't want it picking up on that.
I would prefer we keep the mics out of the water as much as possible.
Well, yeah. That's just a good idea.
Especially since this show, there it goes.
Hey, you got a heavy flow.
We'll just turn that down a little bit. So, this show is literally just us.
Two best friends.
In a hot tub. Kind of just shooting the shit.
Yeah.
And...
Go ahead.
All right. Okay. Well, this our inaugural episode just so happens to be on Memorial Day weekend. We worked together on making a broskit.
That was great.
Turned out pretty good.
Even though it caught fire.
It did catch fire.
The kitchen was filled with smoke when I woke up this morning.
That was not because of me.
But it was thick.
That was because of their potatoes. Because I came up hours later, because I'll get to this in a second. I stayed up. Well, I came upstairs, and it was like probably 15 minutes before it was like eating time. And I'm just like, yeah, they made potatoes.
Dude, when I got up around 10:30.
Okay.
And it was literally like they had all the doors closed, and I could see through the double doors from the dining room. Like, it was just thick smoke.
Oh, yeah. We definitely need to clean the oven. I was up until 9 a.m. after getting up, not really early that day, but up until 9 a.m. today, dicking around with this smoker, trying to make this brisket as good as I can. You went out and had some fun with some friends, came back. I was watching it up until that point. I kind of said, it seems okay, I'll let it go.
Yeah.
Around, 11 o'clock, 11:30 or something?
Yeah, that's probably about what time you texted me.
You didn't get back until about 2-ish.
Yeah.
And then you started texting me like,
It caught fire!
So, yeah, you were tired.
I was beat, because I had been up since 8 o'clock that morning anyways, and I stayed out here with you till about 4 a.m.
Yeah, you stayed out for a little bit. Totally cool. I appreciate you hanging out with me. We had a good conversation. And then, I stayed up. I watched like 3 episodes of The Walking Dead.
You sitting out here?
No, I was watching it from inside, because I got it to work again. When we were working on it together, it just kind of didn't want to smoke. So I figured out the problem. Because we're basically cooking with kitty litter, you get it wet, it just turns to sawdust. Well, it was so wet that everything clogged up, and there's nothing in there. That's why we were getting no smoke and no heat. So I completely cleared out the hopper and got it going again. And it was running pretty decently. The temperature was all over the place, but it was still getting hot enough to cook the meat.
Okay.
So I was sitting inside in the living room, peeking out through the patio, and just making sure every couple minutes I see a puff of smoke. Because then I know it's at least doing something. And then it was like 9 o'clock-ish, 8:30, 9 o'clock, when I went out and checked the thermometer. It said between 155 and 160. I'm like, all right, I'm pulling it. I'm going to let it sit in the oven as low as it can go, and then we'll just go from there. And it turned out pretty good.
It turned out pretty good. I talked to Dad, and he said that when he pulled it out, he stuck the thermometer in it, and it read...
I left the thermometer in it while it was in the oven.
Oh, because he said it read over 250. And then when I finally came out, I don't know how long it had been out of the oven, but I had checked it again, and it read right at 160. But it had been sitting there for a minute. So
it'll cool down.
Yeah. But, I mean, it still turned out pretty good.
For being, if that thermometer is correct, which I highly doubt it is, for going from 250 to how it was, that's impressive. So I don't think it actually got that high. I think that thermometer is just a piece.
Maybe.
So we actually kind of skipped over the gist of how this show is going to function and form.
It just kind of went into it.
We just went into, which is okay. So this hot tub, the jets run in 20-minute cycles. So this show is always going to be either 20 or 40 minutes long. So if you happen to catch the playtime of the show and see that it is 40 minutes, you know we got on to a damn good topic, or we just had a lot of shit to say.
Yeah.
So it might happen quite often.
Yeah, especially because like we don't get to see. I mean, like we talk all the time, but we don't get to see each other that often because I don't live here anymore.
Well, we don't really get to. When you're here, we're working. You're spending time with friends and family that you don't see.
Yeah.
And obviously, I have no problems with that.
Right.
I want you to get the max. You know, the max.
Yeah, I'm always running around
can.
the whole time I'm in town.
Totally nothing wrong with that. And you know, we'll introduce ourselves in a second.
I thought we did that.
We kind of said our names, but we didn't really talk about us that much.
Oh,
I want to put a little bit in
out.
there, just a little bit, and then maybe kind of what we do will draw some more people. Who knows? But yeah, dude, when you're here, I want you to enjoy your time. So that being said, this show is on no schedule.
Right.
Except for it comes out whenever the hell we have time. It's not JRE. It is not the Burtcast. It's not Two Bears in a Cave. Like, it is nothing like that.
Yeah.
Especially production level either. So it's just you and me.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, every episode, one of us is turning the jets on. We don't have a producer out here. My camera's on a tripod. It'd be pretty dope at some point if we get multiple camera angles,
Yeah, that'd be cool, but...
Not super worried about it.
No.
If I lined up the shot right, you should see both of us right now. If
we
not,
didn't even take, like, a test picture to
no,
see
hell
if
no. We're
both
just rolling with it, man. I feel like this is going to be more successful in audio form because I don't think a lot of people are going to want to see us in swim trunks.
Because we're pasty.
We're pasty. We are balding, so we're choosing to be bald.
Yeah, dude, it's a choice.
Bearded. Mine's much more pronounced than yours. And we are both tall, large, white men.
Very white.
Yeah, well, my body pubes everywhere kind of hide that. Since I'm doing so much outside stuff this year, I'm actually looking... My lower...
Your farmer's tan is coming in.
Dude,
nice,
my farmer's tan is straight up like... After my biceps, I'm Italian.
Well...
Except for my underarms. So, like I said at the beginning, I'm Aaron. I've actually sat and thought about how I was going to start this last night when me and Des are out here for 1.5 cycles of jets.
Okay.
And I still don't know exactly what I'm going to say, and I don't want to get too into it because I have this thing with, like, recently. Water?
No, thank you.
Okay, it's hot.
The water's hot?
This water's hot.
Oh, this is perfect.
This water's hot. It's making me hot. I'm starting to beadle up a little sweat. I have this thing where, like, I have no comfortable way to, like, identify myself anymore.
Okay.
Because, I mean, you know what I do and what I've been going through.
Yeah.
So I was sitting here trying to think of a way to kind of give a gist of who I am in this sense. And I guess I'm just going to wing it now is I don't want to be kind of, pinpricked into just this one little... I don't want to be pigeonholing myself by trying to decide how I want to identify myself.
Well, so then don't do it.
I am a man who does a lot of shit.
That's safe to say.
I run YouTube channels. I run podcasts, both personal and professional for others, you included, which let's cross-promote the fuck in this show.
Oh, yeah, dude, absolutely shameful self-plug, hashtag real versus real.
There it is. Real versus Real is a show that will be coming soon. This will probably come out before that.
This will?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I run my own YouTube channel. It's called Tatanka. I have a company. It's called Tatanka Enterprises. I run a podcast called The Alphabet Suite. That is sweet like a hotel suite. I run the Kinky Christian podcast. I run your podcast, Real versus Real. I have my own podcast that I was doing with my wife that I haven't touched in well over a year called The Rawcast. I will personally be getting back into that at some point. And I have a new YouTube channel for myself that I'll be starting up soon, and I will also cross-promote content on the Tatanka Enterprises YouTube channel. So I have a ton of shit that I'm doing all the time. Who are you? Or at least what would you like them to know about you?
Man, they'll find out as they listen to the show.
You just had to make me look bad.
Well, so, I mean, like, you went into this whole thing about, like, I don't want to, like, say who I am and then, like, that just be, like, nah, I don't want to be typecast or, like, typecast myself or put me in me in a box. Like, you'll figure it out as we talk. Like, I'm pretty open. Like,
I'm just kind of saying, I guess what I do to fulfill that cross-promotion segue.
Oh, don't just cross-promote. Who cares? Like, it's us.
So yeah, we're gonna just kind of hang out and talk about shit. If you check out the other shows and content, cool. We love you. We appreciate it. If not, cool. We love you. We appreciate it.
Either way, like and subscribe.
So this one, sure. Hey, if you're into just kind of hanging out with two dudes in a hot tub.
Which, honestly, so, like, to interrupt you intentionally.
Please.
My friend Cheyenne last night, because she was talking about, because she's with the work that she's in, she's heard some weird stuff. And she's got some crazy stories.
Okay.
And she was, because I told her that I was doing the Real versus Real podcast.
Oh, of course.
And she was just like, oh, dude, some of the stories that I have would be great for a podcast. And I'm like, okay, yeah, but, like, not that one. Like, that one's based on a movie. Like, that content's not going to match up with, like, what, like,
that
the
world.
Brand that I'm trying to build with that.
Yeah.
But if you want to come sit in the hot tub and talk about weird stuff with me and my buddy.
It's funny you intentionally interrupted me with that, because I was just about to say, we might have guests on here, we might not.
Well, we
might have friends on here, we might not.
Yeah.
We might have romance on here, we probably won't.
Who?
Romance.
Oh, nah.
So yeah, that was beautiful. You took my idea before I even
down. She's done it before on her friend's podcast. I don't remember the name of it, or I would say it.
How rude! You are unprepared, sir, for just hanging out with me in a hot tub, talking to some microphones.
Some wild shit to talk about.
Okay.
But yeah, no, she's down.
Cool. She might have to wear a decent.
No.
Then I won't be able to post it on YouTube, my guy.
What are you talking about?
The show. If she's coming to talk on the show,
okay,
as a guest, which means she'll probably be in the center here.
Yeah.
Then I think it would be safe for the YouTube algorithm to not have her in something scantily clad.
Bikini.
Bikini will be fine. If she has natural pokies, I mean, whatever. But like. Yeah, I don't want like those things where it's just like a slice of banana peel covering nipples and like.
Yeah, dog, she's way too busty for that kind of stuff, anyways.
Bullshit. I've seen some ginormous tatas.
Well, either way, it'll be fine.
With like linguine pasta for nipple covers.
Well, yeah. I'm not gonna tell her to come with a specific type of swimsuit.
I'm not gonna tell her anything. I would just prefer that we be able to upload this on YouTube as well.
It's going to get uploaded on YouTube regardless of what she's wearing.
Until it's not, because they'll be like, oh, it's porn or something.
It'll be all right.
We'll find out.
It'll be all right.
Yeah, YouTube's turned pretty thoughty lately.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of which, great thing, we're just going to segue all over this. My fucking YouTube shorts, like, feed, I guess you could say, on my computer, which is where I watch YouTube most of the time, is a majority of cars.
Well, yeah.
Guitars. GMM, and their whole conglomerate of channels.
Yeah.
And like tech shit, like LTT, MKBHD, stuff like that. However, for some reason, the guitars thing always tends to lean towards chicks that are 99% naked playing guitar. Or like I showed you that the chicks in the Spider-Man cosplay dancing.
Yeah, that was hot.
It was gorgeous, both of them. So like my shorts thing is like cool shit to me. Great algorithm working, and then softcore porn.
Softcore porn.
Like, I mean, it's not to the extent of Instagram where you can actually get naked.
Yeah.
Like you can't, but it does happen.
Mm.
Obviously, Facebook, the same thing. It's all meta. But like, why? Like I've been working on and within YouTube for damn near 10 years at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking like this platform used to be so good and creators talk about this all the time. But like this platform used to be so fucking good for just people trying to share their ideas or their creativity or whatever. And then it's like, I don't know if the timeline actually kind of lines up because I wasn't using TikTok early on in the cycle.
Uh-huh.
But it's like the moment I started using TikTok, YouTube turned into damn near a cesspool of the same garbage.
I mean, I don't know, like, because, like, with that, like, you got to get into, like, how the algorithms work, because, like, they're all linked up together, because, like, your email's involved with it, and
right,
it changes everything around, so, like, to actually
this is on my, like, my YouTube account, my Tatanka channel account.
Yeah.
I don't watch bikini girls on that.
Well, no, but it is linked to your other accounts.
Yeah.
Just like I was talking about, none of my emails have been put into my work computer.
Oh, right.
But
right.
I was still getting advertisements for stuff that I had bookmarked on my cell phone.
Yeah.
And, like, it still managed to get through. So, yeah, like, how that works, like, why that's happening.
Don't do this.
What? Oh, I talk loud enough. It'll be fine.
I guess we'll find out.
But why that's happening, like, there's no way to know.
Well, and I can kind of see the connection because the guitars... Well, okay, so I do and I don't. Like, I see the connection between the half-naked girls playing guitar and then the half-naked girls.
Yeah.
But I don't see the connections between cars, electronics, GMM, and whatever the fuck else I said, guitars, leading to half-naked chicks.
What are you looking at on TikTok?
My TikTok is literally like 99% spiritual stuff.
Yeah.
Like, and, you know, just presence living things.
Well, I mean, so, like, the algorithm doesn't always work.
Well,
I'll get crap on, like, I don't use TikTok. I mean, like, I have one, but I'm not scrolling through it. I do Instagram Reels, like,
yeah.
Like
You've blown me up a couple times.
Yeah.
It's all right.
But, like, sometimes, like, the way that like, if I'm flipping through, like, sometimes the Instagram will throw in something that's, like, out of what I normally watch.
And
if
then
I
you
stop
and
on
stare
it for
at
too
it because
long,
you're like, what the fuck
if
was
I
that?
stop on it for too long, or, like, say it, like, I'm, like, maybe I'm not even watching it. Maybe I'm, like, watching TV and, like, I just stop for a second, like, watch what's going on, or whatever the reason.
Yeah,
that
ADHD kicks in.
Yeah, exactly. And I pause on that reel for however long their algorithm dictates that you watch that. That
then
instantly starts putting more stuff.
Yeah.
Like, when I started sending you, like, reels about, like, car stuff.
You started seeing more.
It's all I got for, like,
well,
the next
and
2 hours.
I think also sharing stuff that initiates the interest too. But yeah, but that's a lot of my shit everywhere.
Well, that's why I don't open. Like, most people will send me reels, and if I know it's going to be outside of the stuff that I normally watch, I won't open it.
So you're totally good with the chicks cosplaying as Spider-Man.
Yeah, that was cool. But no, like, because, like, will send me stuff all the time, and
I gotta get up. I'm getting a little hot.
No, you're fine. I don't watch half the stuff he sends me, but that's just.
Well, and I don't want to
so
bash
much
on him, but there's something that he said to me when we were messaging back and forth that I forgot to tell you that I really need to. It was just so fucking random.
What?
You want to put it on the show?
You can always edit it out.
I don't want to edit this. I don't want.
Well, then why even bring it up?
Because it just came to me.
Is it that bad?
No, I just don't want to publicly shit talk.
Well, if you're saying shit talk, I want this out then.
Okay, so I talked to you about talking to him, seeing if he can vectorize some artwork for me.
Yeah.
So that was my whole point of, hey, look, raccoon. It just went in front of the patio.
Oh.
Of initiating contact with him. I guess I'm not really shit talking to him. It's just weird to me. So we kind of talked about that a little bit, and now that I'm thinking about it, I forgot to send him those images still. But he was like, yeah, I can look into it, see what I can do. And it's just my logo and shit. Super simple.
Yeah.
And then when we were done, I was like, okay, cool. And he's like, okay, now I'm going to go back to finding mods for Hogwarts Legacy. It's like,
okay, so.
I didn't need to know that.
No, I get that. So, pause, push the button.
Push button. You want to go session 2?
Oh, duh.
First episode's 40 minutes, everybody. I'm going to turn this down, dude. I am on fire. I'm sweating my balls off over here.
Well, don't turn it down too much.
Session 2. First episode, 40 minutes.
So with and then we don't even have to take it out, but just bleep over his name. So then that way, if he watches it, he's the only one that knows who we're talking about.
Yeah, true. Well, he'll know talking about what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, exactly, but nobody else is gonna know.
Okay.
But so he. How do I put this?
Maybe we should keep it to excluding names or using pseudonyms at this point.
Well, we're too in the thick of it now. So he's just a friendly dude. That's just probably
yes.
That's just probably his way of
trying to
make a connection. Because I've talked about you to him, and I'm like, because you guys are really similar. Well, just like the way that your guys' brain works and the way that you process stuff. Like you guys are pretty similar.
I don't know him well enough to
I know
that with you, but
and
that's not what I just brought up is not something I would do, which is why it's really strange for me.
Well, right, but he's a little socially awkward, man. He has a hard time making friends.
Yeah, that's cool.
But yeah, that's probably just him trying to, reach out, have some kind of connection outside of, potentially
me implicitly getting in touch with him for business work.
Exactly.
That's all I wanted at the time. And I'm not, like I said, I don't feel bad. I just wasn't expecting it when I'm literally, if I'm talking shop to you.
Yeah.
And you just end it with, okay, I'm going to go tickle my asshole. I'm going to be like, okay.
Okay.
When,
that's just.
Yeah, talking shop, it's like when the conversation's done, it's done. Let's roll with it for me.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's just him.
All right, well, it was kind of awkward for me.
He's awkward. He's a great dude, though. He's a little awkward.
And I'm these mosquitoes are on some shit tonight, dude. All right, well, yeah. So, yeah, there's that. You got anything you'd like to talk about?
I don't know, man. I'm just stoked that I got to have a long weekend.
It is nice, and I hope many of you out there are getting to enjoy an extended weekend as well to some degree. Yours got a surprise extended by an extra day.
Yep.
I just work 24/7 basically, so it doesn't matter. But I enjoy what I do, so it's totally chill.
Right. Well, yeah, and that's what I'm trying to get into with with doing this show, doing the Real versus Real podcast,
yes.
And then
there's that raccoon again.
Oh, that's
that big
boy.
That's that big chungus that's
Come
hanging
here.
out. Oh, don't do that. Oh my God, dude, you're gonna get rabies.
Raccoons don't carry rabies.
They don't?
No.
In the comments,
correct me if I'm wrong.
Where comments exist, because this is going to be on a bajillion platforms. Where comments exist, tell us, do raccoons have rabies, yes or no?
And be as mean about it as possible.
And literally every comment that is about raccoons is going to get a favorite and a thumbs up from me. My personal YouTube account. Not any of
that means a lot.
Not any of my branded shit.
Each one of those is probably worth about a nickel.
Hey, I'll take that. I was going to say a tenth of a penny. Not any of my branded shit. If you want branded shit, tag my branded channel that you want to like to your shit, and I'll do it. I got 7 of them.
But yeah. What was I saying?
Just a nice extended holiday
weekend.
Nice
extended holiday. Get to put some creative juices to work.
Yeah, we knocked out a lot this weekend.
We got a lot done. And I might even extendeth my trip and I'll explain why after this. I don't want to put it in the show.
Beautiful.
By another day, because I do want to get. I want to get the last episode of Real versus Real done, of the Indiana Jones stuff.
Oh, I was gonna leave that part out, but that's okay.
What? What the topic is?
Yeah.
Oh well.
That's for this second session, just to test the audio focus of these.
Yeah.
Let's bubble it up.
I'm already bubbled.
No, you're not. Now you are.
Oh, that's great. But yeah, with the long weekend, like, cause like I really.
Is that gonna be okay?
Oh yeah, I'll tell you why after the show.
Okay, gorgeous.
I'll tell you why after the show.
Gorgeous.
I really want to put effort into the creative endeavors. Like when I was a kid, like all I did was draw. Like,
yes, you did, and you made some killer shit.
Yeah, and like
and not just like those DBZ coloring books that we used to get. You would do that too. Like you would take it and just like freehand, like mirror the shit that was in the book. Blew my mind away because my creativity at that point was music.
Yeah.
So and video games. So I didn't really like that shit was just melting my brain.
Thank you.
Yeah, fuck
You've
yeah,
never once complimented me. Well, you might have at that time, but that was a long time ago.
And
We've known each
also-
other since kindergarten, by the way, guys. Like we've been friends for
25
years.
Yeah.
Like a long time.
Yeah. And we've always been fat.
Yeah. That ain't never gonna change, man. I'm gonna die fat and happy.
I will die happy and
Pleasantly plump
no, pleasantly toned with a slight shimmer.
with a slight shimmer. Yeah, like I really want to get into doing something creative.
You want to do what you want to do.
Yeah, I'm tired of punching a clock for somebody else to get rich off of me.
And what's crazy is I've had that mentality since college.
I'm actually going to turn this off because I want to bring my arms down. I don't want the mic getting wet.
I got you. I'm gonna leave it on, just test the audio. Actually, if we're just testing the audio, let's just do that so the rest of the show's not fuckered.
Yeah.
So I've had that mentality since before I was in college, for at the very least 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's any boomers or older that for some reason watch or listen to this, you're either going to be the cool ones and completely agree with it, or be of the generation and just feel like we're pieces of shit for not wanting to punch a clock. Now, obviously, we were both born and raised in the same town.
Yep.
Which was
within a mile of each other, maybe a mile and a half.
Fuck, dude.
And at one point, it was just a couple blocks.
Yeah, like we would walk to school together.
Yeah.
Our town was one of the leading manufacturing and industrial cities in the world.
Yep. For a long time.
Many, many decades. And so that's the mentality of a lot of the boomers here.
Well, yeah, because like I remember,
you just need to keep your nose to the grindstone, keep working, get your pension.
Yep, the big thing
work
when we were
for
growing
this
up,
manufacturer, that manufacturer, and then retire at 65, and then just fucking die.
There was like 4 or 5 factories in the area that it was just like, these are your goal, these are where you want to be.
Exactly.
Then you got your ticket.
And let's not name those because it'll narrow down where we are.
Yeah, that's a good idea. But yeah, like that was always the thing that you heard growing up, because like everybody's parents worked at these places, their grandparents retired from there, their uncles worked there.
Yeah, your cousins.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's one of those kind of towns, and while now people are really starting to break off into the more creative aspect, because there is an art scene, there's a thriving music community.
One of the biggest music communities in the state.
Yeah.
Outside of maybe 1 or 2. And I'm going to leave those blank.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, our art scene's real cool. The city's really about, I was going to say performative art, but it's not performative art. It's like tangible art. There's a lot of just random nonsensical art pieces just all over the city. And we've had plenty of great bands come out of here.
Oh, yeah.
Internationally renowned. And I think part of that is a lot of this, this multiple generational shift away from hating my life for, 50, 60, 70, 80 years, just so I can have some money that I've earned in some sort of savings bullshit with another company. Let me be lazy for the last 10, 15, 20 years of my life.
Right.
Or
that's when you're supposed to retire.
Right. Hope to God that I'll have enough money. Otherwise, I'm
Or even live
fucked.
to that point.
That too. So...
Because the goal is to retire before I'm 50.
Like retire, where you have so much money you don't know what to do with, so you just go do whatever the fuck you want whenever you want?
Well, I'd like to have a nice chunk in the bank, but also have just passive income coming in. To where I don't like if I have to do something, it's like an hour or two out of the week.
Okay. I get that. But what if you can monetize the things you enjoy doing while you're quote unquote retired?
Well, yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
But I would still consider that retirement.
Okay. I will probably, in some capacity, work within my industry probably until the day I die. Whether it's like for somehow, some way, my company takes off, right?
Yeah.
Which would be incredible. Like, I want to be one of those, like, for a while there, and probably, maybe late 40s, early 50s, I want to be like the guy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then after that, maybe I'll chill out and be a board member. But I will never let go. And here's a little issue with identity thing, I suppose. The title of the founder. And I always want my cut.
Yeah.
So, like, hopefully that will be my passivity. And I can pop in for the old timers that for some reason are still watching YouTube 30, 40 years from now. Or hell, maybe we get into movie production or something. Like, I'd rather not go Hollywood, but like if I have if Tatanka Enterprises becomes an umbrella, and then I buy up a production company, or something.
That would be cool.
But just to own it, like I don't want to fucking work in it, but just to know that once every year or two, I'll spend a couple million and then I'll make a couple million just because a movie came out.
That'd be rad.
Yeah. But right now, like, there's a lot that I'm working on. There's a lot of areas that I would like this to feed into. Because I like designing, like 3D virtual design. I love 3D printing.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to, I guess, as much as a layman can, industrialize that to a point where it is profitable more than just an Etsy store, which I also have.
Okay.
So, like, this is how I picture the physical production side of it going. It's like I have a design team.
Mm-hmm.
I have a R&D team that, like, once the design comes in, they see how it actually works in the real world. And then we have the production team and then the shipping team. And that's it. 10, 20 people, max, maybe.
Yeah.
And then we're just pumping out products.
Yeah, that's ideal.
Well, and it's so easy to do in that space. I also have programs that I'm thinking about doing as soon as I can. Just the investment is multiple 5 figures and shit like that. So I don't want to get too deep into that. I kind of strayed a little bit. But retiring, you want to be creative.
Yeah, I want to be creative, man. I want to put my personality to use. I want to put my brain to use for something fun.
Something you enjoy. Because obviously you put your brain to use at work.
Well, sometimes.
Skylar's boss don't watch the show.
Hashtag what boss. But I want to do something. I want to do something that makes me happy, but also that can make other people happy too. Like, or something that so people can learn. Maybe they can laugh a little bit. Like something to kind of get them out of the monotony of their day-to-day life.
Yeah, you've been mentioning over the past few years, honestly, that I can recall of our companionship, because we have some gaps.
Well, yeah.
Of wanting to be an educator.
Any marriage
of
has
some
rough spots.
Sort. You want to be an educator of some sort.
Yeah.
But not a teacher or a professor.
Not necessarily.
You want to educate in a way that's like Bill Nye, except not corporate.
So not Bill Nye. I would say more on the lines of like Steve Irwin, Crocodile Hunter.
Well, yes, that's okay. Because that's nature and Bill Nye is science.
Well, yeah, but
he's in nature. Bill Nye is in a science lab.
Yeah, but same concept. But
yeah.
like Steve Irwin was a big thing in my childhood. Like,
Yep.
that's how I learned as much as I did about animals.
That's how I learned to speak Australian, mate.
Well, I'm not going to do that because it's terrible. But
Foster's Australian for beer.
But that's what got me into like learning about like rattlesnakes and alligators and like Komodo dragons and all that stuff.
And it's not just what he's talking about.
It's how
or what
he's saying it. He's entertaining.
But
he's also not just like saying like, okay, this is this snake. If it bites you, you're gonna die. Like, he gives you like the backstory of these animals, like how they operate and everything. And he's got like complete respect. Like, his whole thing is conservation.
Right.
He was just using the TV show as a way to get funding for this huge zoo that he has built and that his family now runs in Australia, the Australia Zoo.
Yeah, his son's kicking ass.
His son and his daughter and his wife, or they're all key components in it. But like him and then like Robin Williams, is, you can look up countless times where he's just like, I was actually just reading something earlier today where he's like, I don't necessarily buy into this universe, but if I can distract somebody enough from their day-to-day life, put a smile on their face, or whatever I can do to give them a brief moment of like bliss or happiness, like, that's a win.
Yeah, that's a classic little liner from him.
Yeah, like, and it resonates hard with me because like that's just how I operate.
And you do a good job at it.
But I want to get paid for it too.
Well, yes, of course. We all want to get paid for being ourselves, and it'll be nice when society doesn't really have to worry about a monetary system where everybody just gets whatever they need.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. And I'm all about it because fuck making the rich more rich. Even though even doing what we're doing is still kind of doing that to some degree. Whatever. We're not gonna get too deep into the semantics of this shit.
It's not like somebody coming down to us and saying this is like, okay, now I'm gonna need you to do this a little bit different this week.
Yeah. You need to be here at 4:30 a.m. and get out of here at 7:30 the next night.
I will quit, and I will poop in your driveway.
Yeah, I know. I got tired of that so fast, and it's not because I didn't want to work or I'm lazy, or what have you. Obviously, I'm not lazy. I work 24/7.
Mm.
And I'm doing it to achieve something that I've always wanted to do. And I'm working harder now than I did in any of those jobs, not making money. So I'm not lazy. It's just I don't like, there goes that coon over by my truck. I don't like the whole idea. Once I realized, like, at that point, I started realizing, like, how corporate America is just, killing the everyday man. Like I said, this was 10 years ago or more.
Yeah.
Actually, 10 years ago. Probably close to 10 years ago exact, but. Like, corporate America is fucking the everyday man. And I got tired of it. 2 corporations own every company in the world.
Yeah.
BlackRock and Vanguard. So, yeah, it's getting toasty now.
Yeah, I'm sweating.
And I turned it down. That's because it's muggy. So, like, I'm just tired of that. I want to have my own thing. I want to be my own thing. And I want to help people in a way that benefits me as well as them.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's...
And the shit that I'm doing is along the lines of yours in forms of attempting to be entertainment while also educating.
Yeah.
So, if you're into that and you're into cars...
Did you just spit in the tub?
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, that's gross.
Nastier things have happened in here. I farted.
Well, that's not what I was thinking about, but...
I'm sure it wasn't. So, yeah, like... If you're into cars, you can check out my main channel. If you're into movies and history, you can check out his podcast, Real versus Real, as it starts coming out. Which should be...
I'd say within the next month or two.
Yeah, for sure. Because this, I think I can get going to be released tomorrow. On Memorial Day. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll see, though. I'm going to take stills from this for all the art. Jeez. There is just one picture that I'd like to do for our profile picture, though.
For our what?
Our profile picture.
Okay.
But other than that, I've got everything. So, yeah, this session's almost done.
Yeah, I just think it's funny that summer is starting in the Midwest, and it's muggy.
Yeah.
And this is when we came up with the idea like a month ago.
Well, yeah, roughly.
Probably about a month ago.
Month
to start sitting in a hot tub, and June is starting in like 3 days.
Tomorrow.
Today's not the 31st. June's not tomorrow.
Tomorrow's Monday. June's tomorrow.
No.
Yeah, it totally is.
Okay, whatever.
I don't know.
It's not. It starts like Wednesday or Thursday. And then we're gonna sit out here swampy, laughing, talking smack, and just sweating our booties off.
Hell, this might help us lose weight.
Possibly.
And look at that. It's the end of the show, my boy.
And that's our show.
So, that's a little bit. That's us two dudes in a hot tub.
What if you can't even see me right now?
Probably that. So,
stop sneezing into the microphone.
Dude, I can't. I've turned it away.
Okay.
So, thanks for watching. You may or may not be able to see us right now. Thanks for listening on your favorite podcasting platform.
And I love you.
He loves you. I love you. And we'll see you sometime.
Till the next episode.
Yeah, whenever the hell that is.
All right.
I think I might just keep the little outro bit as just like us climbing out. And like just talking shit about what we just talked about and how fucked up.
And then just like have it like.
Dude, I turned the hot tub water down, right?
Yeah.
So it was at 100 degrees. I turned it down to 96, and the temperature went up to 101.
Well, here, take that for me, would you?
My hand's wet. Did you turn it off already?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, I was getting ready to.
Now they're hearing me in crazy stereo.
Dolby Digital. Left and right.
Oh, man. All right, cool. That was a good time.
I had a good time.
Oh, yeah, they can't see shit.
Haven't been able to see